How you guys doing? This JLC, we're here at the Pigeon Loft, and I was just out here looking at the kikiriki roosters. Look at, so I decided to make a little video, just to give you guys a little update on how the kikiriki roosters are doing and how my progress has been with all these little roosters. Yeah, they all look like, they've been doing good, and these are like some of the smallest ones I have brought down. Like, look at that little white one, man. These guys are just pretty amazing. These white ones, those little pintos, the giritos right there. These all come from my roosters, and I like the way they all starting to come out. It's like I've been breeding this. These actually come from my original chickens that I've had for years, like the generation, you know what I mean, that they were just regular bannies, and I started breeding them with smaller and smaller until I got to the short-legged like 3 years ago, and then just bred them down all the way to now. These are from all this year, and then the ones from my last year are the ones I have over there, my adult ones. So right here is just pure small roosters. These are all the smaller roosters, and then over here I got all the little hens. These are all brothers and sisters to all those roosters right there. As you can see them right here. These are all the sisters to those roosters over there. These white ones, these little giritas. So, yeah, this is my progress on my little chickens, little roosters. I like how these little giritas come out. Look at them, they're like, I don't know, they look pretty good, pretty perfect, I say, huh? These are all the ones I had in the back room. I had them back there. I didn't really have a cage to bring them out yet, That's why I kept them in here. Well, I kept them in there. But now that I got this cage right here now that's by itself, so I decided to bring them out. Give them a little bit of water. Started giving them some vitamin in their water. That way they could all stay healthy, So all the chickens I do that. That way they can all stay healthy, But like always, you always end up losing one here and there, and it happens when you have animals, Sometimes you wish you can keep them all, but not all of them make it. And then the ones that do, those are the ones that you want to keep on breeding and keep your little line going, And like I said, these are all my little short-legged hens, all the sisters to the little roosters I have over there. These are all the sisters to those roosters. And then the ones I'm going to be breeding later on. Like on my Silkies too, I have them down here. Well, on my Silkies, I don't know if you guys can tell, but I did lose one little rooster that I had. That's why I only have 3 little hens and 1 rooster. I had 2 roosters and 3 hens, but one of the little roosters, I did lose him. I don't know what happened. His leg was just kind of I don't know, it was like kind of injured. I don't know if he like hurt himself or what happened to his leg, and by the end of the day his leg was just couldn't even walk anymore, and it just ended up dying, But now I got that the little orange rooster right there. That's the one I have left. The brother to that one, it looked kind of like this little hen, and I really liked him. He was really nice, little tiny short-legged, just like these sisters. That brother is, that's a brother to them, but he's not short leg. He's like medium-sized leg. But he's pretty cool. You know, hopefully with that, I can keep this little Silkie kikirikis going. I also got my other ones over there. I got the other rooster that I had bought a while back, plus 2 other little chickens over there. And I'm thinking the little white chicken already started sitting on eggs. So maybe I'll have some little Silkie kikirikis off of them. But yeah, so far, they're all doing good right here. Like I said, so far they're all doing good. Even the ones outside. That's my little main rooster out here. And I just had the other little rooster. The other little main rooster, he's over there. The little white one. That little white one, he's over here trying to mate with that chicken. And he got caught up by him. But yeah, he's out here. He's becoming the main rooster. And that chicken right there, she just hatched out her babies too yesterday. They all started hatching, so for now she's probably a little protected over the little chicks. But yeah, there they are. And there's that little rooster over there. And there's one of the little chickens that is out here running around. And then right here, this is where I got all the, these are all the ones I'm selling. You can see them right there. I also have him for sale. He's a nice little rooster, you know. All these are all nice little roosters. This one comes from my pumpkin orange one I have over there. And then this one comes from the white ones. He's brothers to those other 2 white ones that I have over there. But just this one, he's not like a little short-legged. This one is. He's a nice little rooster. And then I also got these little pinto ones. I know, because he's already an older rooster. They're all like kind of run from him. But yeah, those are my my little bulicos right there. They didn't quite came out short-legged like I wanted them, but they are really small and body size. So out of those 2 brothers right there, I'm gonna end up keeping one of them. Oh, they're mean little suckers, huh? Yeah, I'm gonna keep one of them. I may keep both of them. I like both of them. Look how they look. They look nice. I like the color they're getting. And maybe breed them down to a shorter size, you know, like a little shorter. Kind of like the first ones I had showed you at the beginning. That's what I'm hoping to do, you know, breed them to that shorter size. I really want to have like a whole setup of little tiny kikiriki roosters and chickens and everything. That'll be bad. Just to have like a setup of like at least like 30 little roosters, you know. Just for fun, you know. Just to have them. Yeah, look how nice they look, man. Yeah, that's how they... We're just chilling right there. So yeah, that's the little roosters, and then those are the other roosters over there. And then this is one of the ones that I have outside. He's gonna be one of the ones for the outside breeding, you know. I like this color. This is one of the popular colors, you know, the little coloradito. And he's like a really tiny short leg. I'm not 100% sure. Well, at least like maybe 70% sure. Can't say 100. I don't know if he comes from my Azteca rooster that I have over there, or he comes from my other little serama rooster, but I don't know. Not really how percentage I look. What do you guys think? Does he look more Azteca or serama? To me, he looks nice. He's already gotten his all feathered up, you know. Looks like I'm starting to get his little rooster feathers. But we'll see how he gets once he gets a little bit older. And then right here, I got one little chicken. She's sitting on eggs right here. And then over here, looks like I got chickens. They laying eggs. I think it's my little small chicken. And she's been laying eggs in there. And then outside, this is my other outside rooster. I don't know if you guys remember him. The little black and white one. He is the son to that one right there. That's the dad right there. But he's more like pinto. I don't know what they call this color. But then that's his son right there. Like a domino color. You can see him right there, you know. I don't know who's the mom. Could be her, because she was the one that was always over there. That always hung out with him. But yeah, look, there they are. There's the little rooster. There's the son right there, that black and white one. And then I got this little bulica right here. This is actually one of my little bulica chickens that I like. I like that color right there. That's the black and white bulica. And then that's her sister. That's the brown bulica. And then you see the little rooster right there running around. He's also gonna be one of the outsiders, you know, one of the sementales for out here. There's my dog right there, Marshmallow and Vanilla. They like eating chicken food. So yeah, you know, these are all the outsiders. There's the two little tiny chickens, the white one and then that little black one. And then here's a little tiny girita. And then there's these two little pintitas right here too. They also come from my bulico rooster. And then that one's one of their sisters. Also same mom, same dad. But she came out more gray, like a gray pinta. And they came out more like a brown pinta, you know. And then over here, this is the mom to those right there. This is the mom to those little hens. And then those are the babies that she had. She hatched these out with my little Azteca Coloradito rooster I got over there. They're already getting big. Look at them. They're already like. See, I think these hatched out like around the 3rd, 4th of this month, so they're about 2 weeks old. And then over here I got the little girita right here. She also hatched out some of her pollitos right here. I think out of all her pollitos, she only hatched out 2. But then these other ones, I gave them to her. They come from, I had another chicken that hatched out 2 and another chicken that hatched out another 2. So I don't want to have too many chickens with just two twos. So I was like, you know, I'm just going to give them all to her and see how it goes, you know. I wanted to see this little pollito. I thought I saw he had like a little bump in his head. But no, He looks good. It was just a little bit of food. But yeah, look how nice he looks. Nice little chicks, little tiny little legs. Look at them. This is what I want to breed, and just have this size of chicken with that little size of rooster. Just nothing but these. And then right here too, I have these over here. I don't know, the mom, I went to the feed store, I got her some medicine, but it looked like like her eye right here got like all swollen shut, and I went to go get her some medicine. I don't know if you know what that is, let me know, because I don't want her babies to get that. I noticed there's like one or two that have like a little bump in the head. I don't know if it's like from mosquitoes or what the heck. I just noticed that too like a couple days ago. So I went and I got her some medicine and like little blue pills. I don't remember what the guy, I just told the guy how she looked, and I showed her a picture, and he said, oh, that's good for her. So I gave her, she told me just to give her like 3/4 of the pill, and hopefully it goes away and she gets better, because that's one of my favorite little chickens right there. And same for the little chicks, you know, I don't want to end up losing none of them, you know. But yeah, that's why I want to put them over here with these two. And then I have this little chicken right here too with baby chicks. This is my other girita. She also has about, she has about 4 babies. So yeah, there she is with her baby chicks. You know, I just hope that thing ain't contagious, and then that's why I don't want to mix them right now. But I had some last year that did get stuff like that, and I got them some medicine and they came through. But the hard thing is giving them the medicine, you know. If you guys have chickens and they have that, well, like, let me know down in the comments what kind of medicines do you guys treat them, or the types of stuff that you give them. Like I told you, I got these little like blue pills, and the guy told me to give them like 3/4 of a pill, because she's a little tiny chicken. And then he told me like every day for like at least for like 4 weeks for like the whole pill, but just give her a little piece here and there. So hopefully she gets better, you know. And then this right here too, look at these little chicks. Oh, nice little guys. And then that's my little chicken too. I've had her for like 2 years. She's a good little chicken to have babies. That's the mom of that one chicken, and she's the mom of her too. Here's her, and then her. All her pollitos come from the hiros. So these are all from her. So like out of her eggs, I don't know, she only had like 3 eggs from her, and none of them hatched. But I had given her like 6 eggs from the hiritos, and 5 of them hatched, 1 didn't, and then her 3 eggs didn't hatch. So she only had these little hiritos, but she's also a good mom. She's all crazy, jumping around. And then over here, there's this one right here. Like she's ready to leave her chicks, but I still keep her in here. I have kept her in here for longer. There she goes. I was trying to see if I could grab her, but yeah. Yeah, anyway, so I finally got her. And yeah, those are her chicks right here. By the way, it looks like 2 little roosters and 1 little chicken. See what I mean? They're all like so nice looking. They all coming out nice. So I want to keep all of them, but that's too much to have, you know. I want to have like 1,000 chickens, 1,000 kikirikis, you know. And there's the mom. Maybe in the next couple of days I'll separate her from the chicks, and I'll probably put them in the back room in that empty cage that I got now, along with maybe all these other ones, because they're already big. So I'm just waiting for them to all reach the same size so I can put them all in there maybe another week or two. That way they'll be at least a month old. And then these are all the older ones. They're all doing good out here. I have them in here, trying to clean out all the mess they make. I don't know, this one looks a little down. Maybe I'll take him inside. But yeah, these right here too, they're all doing a little good, you know. Right here I also got a bunch of like little roosters and little chickens. Mostly a lot of the white ones here. I did have one little tiny short little leg one, a little white one. My friend Adam, I gifted him that one. I said, here, take it. He likes the little short ones, you know. He said those are his favorite, all white ones, little tiny short legs. But yeah, there they all are right there. They all look like they're doing pretty good. I gotta give them some vitamin water, that way they can, I do give them, but look, they dirty the water real quick. So probably give them a little bit more water. There they go. And then over here, these are some of the ones that I had, I don't know, I call this the hospital. But a lot of these right here, they were like kind of sick, got down on me. So I ended up putting them over here, and I've been giving them medicine, even my four-legged one too. I don't know if you guys can see him over there. But even these little hens, they look like they were a little bit down. So I put them in here. And now they're all, looks like they're all doing better than they were. Some of them were like barely walking. And I ended up giving them the medicine. And it looks like they all put through, you know. It's like a little, I'll show you guys how the medicine in a minute. I gotta mix them, give them a little bit of that medicine water. I don't really have the thing, but I usually mix it right here with the gallon of water right here. See how the water's kind of like orange? This is all the vitamin water that I give them. I usually get like this right here is for the medicine, like when they have catarro and all that stuff. And then this one here is the vitamin, which is this one right here. This is the VMake Pro vitamin for it goes chickens, pigeons, everything. This is what I'll be trying to put on all their waters. That way they stay a little, their immune system, especially right now when they're all molting, that's when their immune system is like a little weak. So you give them a little bit of that and they should like recover. So here I'll just put like some in here. This is the medicine. And then I'll just, give me a second. And then I'll just fill up the tank with water. Usually the water gets a little foamy in there. You can see how it gets a little foamy. Well, this is the medicine one. So this is for those ones that I have over there. See how it gets kind of foamy and the foam starts coming out? Like all the medicine in there turns the water, starts turning it like a kind of like a greenish color. And then right here, I also had some that they look kind of like they weren't doing good, and I started giving them that as well. It's just that I leave the water here, and the damn ducks like to come over here and dirty the water up. So that's the only thing bad about the ducks, you know. So just put that, and also giving them a little bit of that medicine water. But it looks like they're all in here that have been doing good, but just in case, you know. And then my ones over here, give them some of this medicine water for them, so they all start drinking it, you know. Then once they start getting a little bit healthier and a little better, then I'll put them out with the rest of them, you know. But for now, they're in the hospital. Here's all the other ones out here. Like all these, they all look like they're doing good. The little chickens, there's the one rooster right there. And all the chickens. And then over here, well, these are all the little chickens that I've been selling them from here. They all look like they're all doing good too. Then I haven't had any of them got sick from here, but I've been giving them all the vitamin water, so they all stay, you know, on top, so they don't be getting sick. I had some that started laying eggs too, and I had other ones. I think there's like 2 of them that are laying eggs, because I found 2 eggs here in a day. So I'm thinking it's this one right there. She's one of them. I don't know about these. They look kind of younger for it. Yeah, I'm thinking her, and then the little black one are the ones that are laying. But yeah, these are all the little chickens. They're all doing good. And then let's go check out these. These right here too are also laying eggs. Look, you can see there's one little egg right there, but unfortunately none of these eggs this little chicken. Every time I come in here, she like wants you to like, she wants to mate. See? She's a good little chicken. Maybe she's the one laying these little eggs already. As you can tell, look how little kikiriki egg is. These are first layers too. Usually I would just boil them all, gather a bunch of them, boil them up, and give them to the birds. Yeah, there's all the little chickens. There's all these right here too. From right here, this is where I usually put all the white ones and the chocolate ones and the giritas. You can see them, all the giritas over there, right there, up here. These are all the giritas that I've had, and then the white ones too. Also, I've been, like I said, I've been giving them all the vitamin water. You can see the water is like kind of pink. That way they stay, their immune system stays more stronger, you know. Because sometimes when you got little chickens like this, you see, because they're small, they get sick, they die real quick. Because it's a small, tiny chicken. Look how little she is. Look at her. She's just like, let me see if I can get her. Ooh. Now they don't want me to touch them, huh? Come here. See? They're just small little hens. See? You can pick one up right here in your hand And they're just like little tiny hens. And then, well, over here, I got all my, these are all my adult ones. They're also two molting. This is my white rooster. You could remember last time he had the two longer tails. Now he don't have a tail. But you can see it all coming in right there. All his new tails coming in. And once his all tail comes in, then it'll look like he used to. Nice little white little rooster. And there's his little chicken over there. Mostly the mom of all the little white ones that I have out here. Her with the other little white rooster that I have. And then right here, I noticed her right here too. This guy, he's also started a molt. But I noticed too that the chicken, she started sitting on eggs yesterday. So she's been sitting down since yesterday. So I marked her the date yesterday, the 19th, I think. So she started sitting on her eggs. So maybe, hopefully, I'll get some babies off of him. She did have 6 of her own eggs, but I ended up giving her 3 eggs from, I think it was from that chicken or the ones down here. So that way she'll have 9 eggs. But yeah, and then here's my little Aztequita rooster. And his chicken also started sitting on eggs yesterday too, the same day. You can tell she's sitting on eggs. She also has 6 eggs, and I gave her 3 extra ones. So she's sitting on eggs right now from him. He's also starting to lose his little tail. You can tell right there, you know. But yeah, he's pretty nice. And then down here, look, these are his sons. Remember the ones I would always show you guys over there? I put them down here. Those are both of his sons. And that's actually the mom to them. They also look nice too. Look how that one, his tail, remember how his tail was kind of gone? His tail had came in, and look how big it looks. I'm hoping he has a big, nice tail. I'm hoping this guy too. Those are the sons to that rooster. They look exactly like the dad. Look at him. See how his tail is? Yeah, he looks bad. I know the mom, she has like a big tail, so I was hoping they would get the tail gene from the mom, you know. That way they had a big, nice tail. And that one, he does look like he's gonna have a big, nice tail. That one, he barely lost his tail. So we'll see in a couple weeks how his tail turns out, you know. And then over here, I have this one. She's sitting on eggs too, from him. I put her in here. She was one of the little chickens that was out here running around. So I put her in here with him. That way, keep him company while she sits on eggs. And her, I think she had all the eggs came from him. She has 8 or 9. I'm not even sure, but I don't remember. But yeah, you know, her baby should be hatching maybe in another 12 days. And then over here, I gave some of the chickens up here that started sitting on eggs, her eggs. So, but she's still laying. She looks like she laid another egg. So, like, I haven't had her sit, but some of the babies that I've hatched and some of the babies coming, they're gonna be from him. He's the little rooster. He's the dad of the little giritos I showed you in the beginning of the video. And then up here, my Silkies. Remember, I had her barely started sitting on eggs as well yesterday. So she's been sitting on eggs for like 2 days, my little white Silkie. And then he's the dad right there. Hopefully they hatch them and I get the full Silkies now. There's the dad rooster Silkie. And then there's the mom Silkie right there. She also has 6 eggs, and I ended up giving her 3 eggs from her. So there should be 3 hatching from her, and then the rest of them, which is 6, should be hatching from him. We'll see how they turn out, you know, full silkies. And then over here, I also got him, my little white rooster. He's mostly the dad of a lot of the white ones I have out here. And same thing, you know, he's got her sitting on eggs. She's been sitting on eggs for maybe about a week almost. And then I got this one right here. This one, she was laying eggs, but I took her eggs away and I gave them to some other chickens. But oh, looks like she laid 3 more. These I gave them to some of the chickens over there too. So hopefully I'll get some little chicks from her and him. Which I have a lot of chicks from him, but not from her. I like how she has that big, nice tail. So and then over here, this is where I got my other ones. Same with these guys. Look at this. Look at that rooster. That one's came out nice. I remember I told you guys last time, that's the son to that rooster right there. And one of the little short brown chickens that I got, one of the little chocolate ones. But yeah, he came out bad. And I got these up here, the two little Aztecas over there in the corner. And these 2 giritos right here. And then that one little girito right there. This one came out longer legs. Well, yeah, there they are. Same thing with them. I've been giving them the vitamin water, but it looks like the water they dirtied it. You might have to like give them some cleaner water. They drink, they dirty it. You know how they are. But yeah, there they are. All the little giritos. And then I like those little pinto ones. And then the little Aztecas right here, these are the younger Aztecas, brothers to those 2 older ones that I showed you guys. And there we go, you know, there's the video from all the kikirikis. Little roosters and chickens and everything. And yeah, I went a little bit overboard today. Actually made this video almost 40 minutes long. So, you know, like always, you know, if you guys enjoyed the video and I gave you a little tour and, you know, showed you all the kikirikis and see how everything's going. And I had a couple of them that, like that little hen that had the eye kind of swollen. I got her on medicine. And then my little hospital kikirikis over there that I have them in the cage, they've been giving their medicine, so they look like they've been getting a little good. I haven't, you know, well, it looks like they've been doing good. That's the good thing. So, and all the other ones, like I got them all on that vitamin water. You know, they're all molting, so they're starting to lose their feathers, and that's when they mostly need the vitamin water. You know, that way. Right now it's like their immune systems is a little down because of that, but I don't know. Yeah, but like always, like I always say, thanks for watching, and if you haven't subscribed, please click the button down below, give me a subscription, and if you guys enjoyed and liked this video, give me a like and let me know what you guys think down in the comments. And if you have any advice for me or the types of medicines I could give for my kikirikis or anything, you know, just leave me a message and let me know. And like always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time right here at JLC's Pigeon Loft.